Hey, Indexcoin family, long time no talk. It's been about 6 months since we've given a live video update, and the big part of it is because we are in an active civil case with the Colorado SEC. They're basically stating that we are a security, and because they're saying that we're a security, we committed securities fraud. So my plan was really just to kind of let this thing play out in court, not say anything until the case was done. But the Lord told me, He goes, son, you need to speak out. You need to speak out against this evil assignment on your life and be transparent with the community. So that's what this is designed to do, is to really speak out, let you guys know where we're at, let you guys know our stance on this case, and to really kind of answer some of the questions that you may have. Okay, so number one is we're breaking the silence. And we had to get some verses to confirm this, because most lawyers would say this is not a good idea. You don't want to say anything before this case is done. But the Lord specifically said in Revelations 2:17, He says, to him who overcomes, to him I will give some of the hidden manna. And that word hidden in Greek literally is the word kryptos. So I'm like, all right, Lord, that's a rhema word if there ever was one. And He backed it up with Revelation 12:11. It says, and they overcame him because of the blood of the Lamb, because of the word of their testimony. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm testifying. And they did not love their life, even when faced with death. They didn't love their life. They didn't love the project, even when there's so much on the line. And, you know, what's also interesting is that word overcome is the Greek word nikeo, which means when one is arraigned or goes to law to win the case and maintain one's cause. So we are overcoming by being open, transparent, and talking about this even before the case is ruled on. So let's rock and roll. So let's talk about the 800-pound gorilla. Let's talk about these allegations of fraud. So these allegations of fraud are fundamentally based on the classification of Indexcoin as a security. So the state says, well, you're a security, and because we say that you're a security, you had to abide by all these rules, which you did not abide by. And because of that, you are now in securities fraud. Okay, so that's what they're saying, is that we defrauded investors, okay, because we're a security. We firmly believe and have always maintained that Indexcoin is a utility coin, not a security, and I'm going to prove it to you in this video. So let's talk about the difference between security versus utility coin. Security coin represents ownership or a stake in an external asset or enterprise. It's primarily bought as an investment with expectation of profit. No utility. It's just like I just buying it. I just want to profit off it. I don't care what it does. And the value is typically tied to the success of the issuing company or the project. And it's often subject to strict regulations like traditional stocks. And holders usually have voting rights or receive dividends. Okay? Let's talk about a utility coin, okay, which Bitcoin is, Ethereum is, and Indexcoin is as well. We provide access to a product or service within a specific ecosystem. So for us, it's the Kingdom Wealth community. Bitcoin offers, peer-to-peer payments. Ethereum offers, their smart contracts, etc. It's primarily bought for use rather than investment. So our primary use is the native currency in the Kingdom Wealth community. Our value is tied to the demand for the product or service it provides. So our value is pegged to the index, the broader cryptocurrency market. And it generally faces less regulatory scrutiny. That's what a utility does. And it does not, unlike a security, represent ownership in the company or project. So it's like this. If you buy Bitcoin, you're not an owner in Bitcoin, you just own Bitcoin. You're a participant in the utility. If you own Indexcoin, you're not an owner of Indexcoin, you're just a participant in the community. So Indexcoin is not a security, and what determines if something is a security is what's called the Howey test. The Howey test is a four-pronged test. It's an investment of money in a common enterprise with the expectation of profits solely from the efforts of others. So in order to be seen not as a security, Indexcoin only needs to break one of these four prongs once. Okay, I'm going to give you several reasons, and we're going to break these four prongs multiple times. Okay, so let's talk about the investment of money. So the vast majority of Indexcoin, so 85%, was sown or distributed for free through airdrops. And this challenges the investment of money aspect of the Howey test, being as the vast, vast, vast majority was given away or sown for free. The limited pre-sale, so it was a very limited pre-sale. This was not a large public offering. It was to a small group of only 409 people, many with existing connections to the project. After the pre-sale, Indexcoin was only offered on a crypto-to-crypto exchange, not for fiat currency. So there's no investment of money if it's for fiat currency. If it's not for fiat currency, if it was only for crypto. So this distribution model doesn't constitute a public offering. It's no broad solicitation of investment, and that is what the SEC is governed to oversee, is broad solicitation of investment or public offerings. Okay? So let's talk about this common enterprise, the second prong. The second prong is common enterprise, and we start with a decentralized price. So Indexcoin's value is tied to the index of the top 100 cryptocurrencies. So our price is always going to be reflective of the index rate of those top 100 cryptocurrencies, not solely on the efforts of the defendants. That's myself, that's my wife. Okay, so it's not tied to anything that we do. The price is always going to be the price based on the index. The Indexcoin network, as you remember, actually shut down to a lack of network validators, that's stakers, indicating a dependence on a decentralized community rather than on Caitlin and myself. Let's talk about expectation of profits. Okay, this is the big one right here. So Indexcoin was marketed and functioned primarily as a utility token for use within a private community. That's with the Kingdom Wealth community. That's why we built the whole community. That's the whole purpose of it. Okay, that's the utility. The marketing communications emphasize the coin's utility and inherent characteristics rather than promoting it as an investment vehicle. This was clearly identified and spoken on the website, in the white paper, and the community itself. We also obtained a legal opinion classifying Indexcoin as a utility token, not a security, before we even launched and went public. Solely from the efforts of others. Okay, this is a big one, right? So let's talk about first and foremost. So participants could earn rewards through their own efforts, like staking, rather than relying solely on the defendants. That's Caitlin and myself. So that means if you look at the white paper and if you signed up to be a staker, when there was network activity, you would be rewarded with Indexcoin. We built that in the code, we put it in the white paper, and we clearly articulated it. The value, again, so Indexcoin value is tied to an index rate of the top 100 cryptocurrencies, not solely on the efforts of the founding team. It's market-driven value. That means profits would come from an overall market performance rather than founders. So that means if there's any profit that was realized external of the Indexcoin community, from the Kingdom Wealth community, that's completely dependent on the crypto market as a whole. It's not dependent on our efforts to basically make this thing more profitable. There's no amount of press releases, no amount of advisory board, nothing that we could do to make that price go up or down, because we set it to be based on the index. Also, lack of centralized control. So the lack or the absence of a central authority manipulating the value suggests that profits aren't derived from founders' managerial efforts. We set it this way on purpose, so the value could never go up or down based on our efforts. And transparency. So transparency means the public availability of the algorithm. So the algorithm is based on GitHub. The source code is on GitHub. We've had it there the entire time. Means that any value increase isn't due to the hidden efforts of the promoters. There's no secret sauce on our part to make this thing go up or down, right? It's literally like, here's the index rate, here's the price. That's what it is. So for those reasons, Indexcoin is not a security. Now I'm going to talk about other things involving the case as we get going, but just wanted to make this first video just short and sweet so you guys knew our stance on why this is seen as not a security. So moving forward, expect more of these updates. Our website is down, but it will be back up soon. We're going to be doing some revamping on this. We're going to be reaching out to all the media to tell our side of the Indexcoin story, so keep a lookout for that. And tomorrow's video on the 4th of July is actually going to show some fireworks about this ongoing case, some things that will absolutely, truly shock you. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to our side on why Indexcoin is not a security. And please join us in prayer as we cancel this evil assignment that was sent against this project. Amen.